Good evening. My name is Bob Connors. It's now 6:06 p.m. I'd like to call the January 20th meeting of the Newbury Conservation Commission to order. Mason, please read the preamble, the remote open meeting law, and take a roll call of members present.
As a preliminary matter, this is Mason Ferret, Conservation Agent of the Newbury Conservation Commission. Please permit me to confirm that all members are present and can hear me. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Mary Rimmer,
Yes.
Dave Clifford,
Here.
Mick Brown, Harry Trout,
Yes.
Woody Knight,
Yes.
Bob Connors,
Yes.
and Frank Wettenkamp. Good evening. This open meeting of the Newbury Conservation Commission is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12th, 2020, due to the current state of emergency in the Commonwealth. In order to mitigate the transmission of the COVID-19 virus, we've been advised and directed by the Commonwealth to suspend public gatherings, and as such, the Governor's order suspends the requirement of the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. Further, all members of public bodies are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting will feature public comment. For this meeting, the Newbury Conservation Commission is convening by Zoom call as posted on the agenda of the Conservation Commission section of the town's website identifying how the public may join. Please be aware that other folks may be able to see you and and that take care not to screen share your computer. Anything you broadcast may be captured by the recording. Applicants or their representatives may be called upon to speak and or share information to the screen if able on the fly. We're now turning to the first item on the agenda, but before we do so, permit me to cover some ground rules for effective and clear conduct of our business and to ensure accurate meeting minutes. The chair will introduce each speaker on the agenda. After they conclude their remarks, the chair will go down the line of members, inviting each by name to provide any comment, questions, or motions. Please hold until your name is called. Further, please remember to mute your microphone, please use earbuds, and please remember to speak clearly and in a way that helps generate accurate minutes. For any responses, please wait until the chair yields the floor to you and state your name before speaking. Board and committee members should be called upon in a first name alphabetical order to ease the process. After board and committee members have spoken, the chair will afford public comment as follows. The chair will first seek questions through the chat function. When participants are using this function, please list your name, address, and then your question. The chair will then seek questions from the public who wish to speak. They'll be asked to identify their names and addresses, questions, and once the chair has a list of all public commentators, they'll call on each by name and afford 3 minutes for any comments. Finally, each vote taken in this meeting will be conducted by roll call vote.
Okay, thank you, Mason. Upcoming meeting dates, February 3rd and March 3rd. Meeting minutes review for January 6th. Why don't we take a moment to review those and see if there's any comments?
Those aren't in the folder yet. I have to finish up drafting those, and those will be ready for review at the next meeting.
Okay, so moving on. Extension request, DEP file number 0501312, 254 Middle Road. Applicant is submitting an extension request to fix outstanding items brought up during the certificate of compliance request. Mason, can you give us an overview and an update on this one?
Yep. So this is the project that we had taken a look at the last meeting with the installation of the dock along the salt marsh off of Middle Road. And Tom is here to present and request an extension to fix the outstanding items that we had brought up at the first meeting. So I believe Tom is here and he can go over the extension tolling and calculation that he has come up with.
Okay, Tom, please just
Okay.
introduce your name and your association, and you
Yep.
have our attention.
Okay, Tom Hughes with Hughes Environmental Consulting. I'm here on behalf of the 254 Middle Road project. We were here for a COC, if you may recall, at the last meeting. During that meeting, you had asked me whether or not the permit was still good, and I indicated I had not done the math, but it was a November 2019 decision. When you do the math on it with the tolling from COVID, that actually gives it extends it through so it was originally 11/27 to 2019. It brings it through to March 3rd, 24, and then the recent 2-year extension act that was signed by the governor, it gets the 2 years from that. So it's still valid up through March 3rd. Um, we actually expect to be able to resolve the issues that were raised at the COC shortly. We've done an awful lot of work towards that. But just as a precaution, I'm requesting a 1-year extension just to make sure there's no doubt that we have a valid permit uh, in case we have to request any changes to it.
Questions? Mary, any questions? This matter came before us at our last meeting, and there were just some outstanding questions, deviation from what was presented to the as-built, that Tom was going to gather further information. If the permit had expired, it would have, might have been a dilemma, but now it.
Okay,
so,
okay, that,
Anything?
and I assume when we get to the certificate of compliance part, we can talk about what the actual deviation was?
Yeah, I think Tom was coming in to do an amendment.
Okay,
Yeah, and I can summarize those a little bit more clearly. There are some questions I didn't have full answers for at the last meeting, so.
okay.
Yep,
I mean, I don't have a problem with an extension, so.
yep. Okay, thank you. Woody, any questions, any concerns with granting the extension?
No, and I don't have any problems with an extension either. I don't have any questions at this time.
Okay, thank you, Woody. Harry,
Yep.
any questions for Tom?
No questions at this time.
Okay, David, any questions?
No, sir.
Thank you, David. And I have no questions. Mason, well, it doesn't matter. We don't care if there's any raised hands from the audience on an extension. All right, I will entertain a motion to extend this permit, and you want it for 1 year?
Yeah, I think that's probably overkill, but
So you want 2/21/27?
it would be March 3rd, 27.
Okay, March 3rd, 27. Okay.
So moved?
Do we have a second?
Second,
Okay, roll call. Mary,
Yes,
Woody,
yes.
Harry,
Yes.
oh, we lost your sound, Bob.
okay, you lost my sound.
Oh,
No,
now it's back.
We got you back.
David
Yes.
and Bob Connors votes yes. Okay, next order of business. Certificate of compliance for DEP file number 0501312, 254 Middle Road. So Tom, this is, you withdrawing this at this point?
No, I'd like to keep it on the agenda, but extend it to the next meeting. I'll give you a quick update. We've had survey has gone out there. They're still processing. And I've done went out with a tape and actually measured the floats that were stored there and found out some information about what happened during installation. And basically, the floats as installed are 8 square feet less than what was permitted. As we talked about at the last meeting, it was installed, or its current configuration is a T rather than an L. And the folks who have been taking it out and putting it in every year were involved in the New England Boat Show, and they're closed during that time. So I won't be able to talk to them till the 23rd. So I'm doing
Okay,
some more background work, and then it looks like we may we're either going to come in and say we'll put it back in the water in the L configuration as permitted, and or we will request a minor modification to adjust the float configuration. But it is a lower impact, and I can further explain why it happened, but it fell in that period when, you may recall, the commission lost Bill Holt. They hired an agent that lasted about 2 or 3 weeks, and the contractor who was building this went into town hall with some questions and was referred to the harbor master, spoke with the harbor master. They used these modular docks that were really the only thing they could get at the time because of all the shortages from COVID and everything that were in place. So it was just this whole bunch of things that came together.
yeah,
What-
no, I
what it-
understand, Tom.
so-
And I mean, the good thing is, Tom, the permit's still in force, which gives some flexibility of being able to to make some minor modifications.
Right.
With the board's permission, so.
Right. I just want to find out from the installer whether having it as a T is important or not. And if it is, then we would come in and request that change. If
Okay.
it was just an error made during installation, we could just as easily change it back.
Okay, so Mason, just put this on our February 3rd agenda. It doesn't require a motion to continue the hearing.
I just have one comment for Tom. To
Sure.
check with the harbor master, this may affect your section 10 permit. So if I'm assuming they're getting an annual section 10 permit from the harbor master for this float.
Yeah, right. And in section 10, it's not uncommon for, once a dock is permitted, it's not uncommon for somebody to change the float configuration.
Yeah,
There's
just
section
so-
10 and forget to go to the commission.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we're going to make sure that it's a new property owner, and I'm going to be working with them on establishing some protocols for taking it out of the water and maintaining it and making sure that they're getting their annual harbor master permit. In fact,
Yeah.
that owner already reached out to me and asked whether they should be applying for that 10A now. And I said, why don't you wait till we get through the Conservation Commission
Yep.
part, just to make sure that if anything changes, we can make sure what's applied for is what's going in the water.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
Okay, next matter is a request for determination of applicability. RDA to take 280 High Road. Applicant is submitting an RDA for replacement for a rubble foundation in the buffer zone. Mason, has this been continued? Is that the request?
Yep, the applicants requested a continuance to our February 3rd meeting.
Okay. All right. If you put that on the agenda, that'd be great.
Yep.
Continued public hearing. DEP file number 050-1458-291 High Road. Applicant submitting a notice of intent for the maintenance and refreshing of an existing parking area and boat ramp licensed under Chapter 91. The applicant is also seeking to expand marina operations by installing a series of seasonal bottom anchored floats accessible via a gangway from the parking area. Mason, can you provide an overview and a recommendation on this?
Yep, so Tom was able to provide a quick overview last time. In the meantime, we've received comments from the Division of Marine Fisheries. Those were just received later this afternoon, so those were just added to the folder. So I'd say, we could take a quick look at that and see if there's anything that's necessary to be conditioned into our order. And then besides that, I would probably just recommend a site walk, as we do that for most of our new filings.
Yeah, if you could put up that DMF
Yep.
letter, that'd be great. Okay. All right, so, I think a site visit is wise in that it's pretty much our protocol. I guess with the current weather and snow coverage, what's our pleasure? Mason, any suggestions on this? The rest of this looks like we're gonna go into a pretty cold spell for the next handful of days.
Yeah.
Just gonna look at the weather myself.
The warmest day this week, if you don't mind, Bob.
Yeah, please, buddy.
The warmest day this week and with some sunshine is Thursday. It's a high of 43.
Okay.
The mornings probably won't be, early mornings won't be nice, I guess, as far as temperature wise. And then it's going to take a dive.
Okay, I guess with the snow coverage, I mean, the majority of this pretty much is repaving an existing area, maintaining and refreshing existing parking area. Not sure what we're gonna see at the water's edge. All right, so thoughts, team, on a site visit? Does it make sense going out Thursday with snow, ground cover, or should we? I mean, I suppose it's hard to say when we won't have ground cover.
Right.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, Thursday morning,
Yeah,
the low
Tom,
tide.
Tom, again, just identify yourself and your.
Oh, sorry, Tom Hughes with Hughes Environmental Consulting,
Thank you.
here on behalf of this project. The Thursday morning low tide is, I think, around 8. And, you know, if we could withstand a little bit of cold and be there at 9, I think really as you noted, it's resurfacing an existing parking lot. There's not the most significant things to look at here are really what's beyond the bulkhead and the boat ramp area. And the boat ramp area is going to be flushing with water on a tidal level. So I think ice coverage is something to worry about, but I don't think snow coverage makes a bit of difference. So seeing it more or less at low tide would make some sense. So
Okay,
if
so
we could do
Tom,
Thursday morning.
Tom, why don't you stop there and let me see, does Thursday work for everybody, or what would be a better day? Thursday at 8 o'clock, 8:30, just to start the day rather than interrupt it.
Thursday's fine with me. Earlier is better for me.
Same here. I could do 8, but not 9.
Right.
How does 8 o'clock work? Harry? Do you have any-
I gotta check I got a couple things pending, but I think I can move them, Bob.
Okay. David, how does it work for you?
Yeah, earlier is better. 8 will work. Yep.
Okay. All right, Mason, how does that time work for you?
Works for me.
Right. So let's just see, that's going to be the 22nd. All right, so we're going to do a site walk on Thursday, January 22nd at 8 a.m. Okay, and Tom, you want to continue this public hearing to our February 3rd meeting?
Well, at the last meeting, you may recall, we presented the project, but given that we didn't have a DEP file number, there was no engagement from the commission with questions. I think if at least we could find out if there's any obvious questions or obvious feedback, or if I know, Mary, you weren't present at the last meeting, and while you may have watched the meeting, I assume you have or will, but I'm certainly happy to answer any questions. I'll note that the marine fisheries comments, we really don't have a problem with any of those. And the other thing that we did hear from DEP is the boat ramp maintenance will require a water quality certification, which we're fine with. I mean, that's fine. It's maintenance of a boat ramp, so it's a pretty vanilla water quality certification.
All right, well, let me do this, Tom. Let me see if anyone has questions. I'll just go through the list. Mary, do you have any questions off the top of your head for this? for Tom?
I do, Bob, just some brief ones. I think Tom could probably answer easily. So do I understand from the file that there is an existing Chapter 91 license?
There are two. So
Or
there's
two.
one from, I believe, the 50s, which covers the parking area and the boat ramp. And there's
And was that
another.
a 30-year license?
I think it's I don't think it has a time frame on it.
Okay,
It's currently valid.
okay,
And so it's under that license, we're looking to maintain the parking lot surface and do the boat ramp. And since we are maintaining the parking lot surface, we're required to put stormwater controls in it for Wetland Protection Act. So we're making improvements
okay.
along that.
And
But
that's how
both-
you're addressing your riverfront redevelopment? Well, okay.
Because it's Chapter 91,
stormwater.
it's excluded from the riverfront. It's not a riverfront alteration because it's in compliance with the Chapter 91 maintenance and subject to
Right.
Chapter 91.
Right, okay.
So yes.
I think that, yeah, I think it would be helpful to just to see the site, just the bank and the location where the floats are gonna go, so.
Yep. Yeah. And the bank is a bulkhead wall, which is part of the Chapter 91 license. So yeah, we're going to float right off that. We're going to, gangway off that wall down to floats. And there are Chapter 91 licensed floats that exist on the eastern part of this site.
Okay, great. And no time of year restrictions for winter flounder or anything like that?
There shouldn't be. No, I mean, obviously, we're going to go through the Corps, and if the Corps imposes any time of year restrictions, we'll abide by those.
So do you have to apply for an amendment to your waterways license or just
No, 10A.
modification?
Because we're in the ACEC,
Mhm.
what we have for Chapter 91 in the water is what we get. We can't expand that in terms of floats.
So it doesn't require filings, what I'm asking?
No, it does not. It requires Army Corps, and then we'll be getting a 10A through the Harbor Master annually for
Okay.
this section of floats.
All right, thanks.
Okay, thank you, Mary. Woody, any questions for Tom on this project?
No, I don't have any questions right now. I think the sidewalk will be very helpful.
No, I agree. Thank you, Woody. Harry,
Thank
any questions?
No questions, Bob.
Okay, thank you, Harry. David, how about yourself? Any questions?
No, I agree with Woody. The sidewalk will be helpful.
And I agree as well. Are there any raised hands from the public at this point, Mason? Just to see.
Seeing none.
All right, so we're gonna do a site visit on January 22nd at 8 a.m. All right, I will entertain a motion to continue the public hearing to February 3rd, 2026 at the request of the applicant.
So moved.
Do we have a second? Okay, roll call, all in favor? Mary?
Yes.
Woody?
Yes.
Harry?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
And Bob Connors votes yes. Okay, Tom, see you on Thursday.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Okay, next matter is a continued public hearing. This does not have a DEP file as of earlier today. 45 Boston Road, applicant is submitting a notice of intent to expand existing boardwalk system within proximity to bordering vegetated wetlands. Mason, what's this? Is this being continued?
Yep. So Ned's requested a continuance to our following meeting, so the February 3rd meeting.
Okay.
Is this for the trustees?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
To the which meeting? February 13th, you said?
February 3rd.
3rd.
Yes,
Okay.
yep.
Got it.
Okay, I will entertain a motion to continue the public hearing to our February 3rd meeting at the applicant's request.
So moved.
Second?
Okay. Roll call, all in favor? Mary?
Yes.
Woody?
Yes.
Harry?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
And Bob Connors votes yes. All right, next matter. Continue public hearing, DEP file number 0501455, Old Newbury Golf Club. Applicant is submitting an NOI for golf course maintenance work, including tee box relocation and tree removal within the buffer zone areas. Mason, can you give us an overview on this?
Yep. Sam Colombo with Millennium Engineering has requested a continuance on behalf of Old Newbury. I think they're still trying to get out in the field to get the flagging in so that they can schedule a site visit with us.
Okay. I will entertain a motion to continue the public hearing to our February 3rd meeting at the applicant's request.
So moved.
Second.
Second. Okay, so that's Harry and Woody. Roll call, all in favor? Mary?
Yes.
Woody?
Yes.
Harry?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
And Bob Connors says yes. Can you hear me okay now? Has that matter cleared up or is it still?
Yeah. Little.
A
Yeah.
little bit, okay.
It's a little light, but it's fine.
All right, next matter. Continue public hearing, DEP file number 0501453, 34 Central Street. Applicant is submitting a notice of intent for the construction of an MBTA residential housing development at 34 Central Street. What's going on with this one, Mason?
Yep, I got an email today requesting a continuance to the February 3rd meeting as well, where this left off at our last meeting. I think the board and Heidi gave the recommendation to them that they should re-notify. So I believe they're getting the new abutters list and working on that.
Yeah, so Mary, what we did is they're doing an amendment, but they're re-notifying.
Yep.
And re-advertising.
I saw that. Okay.
Okay. Okay, roll call, all in favor? Mary?
Yes.
Woody,
Yes.
Harry,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Bob Connor votes yes. All right. Okay, we have no open enforcement orders. We have any general project discussions?
Yeah, just something quick. The Larkin Dam removal team has scheduled a volunteer planting day. So if any of our board members or anyone that you guys know want to participate in that, that is going to be March 17th. So that's hosted by
Nice.
Irwin. Sorry, what was that, Mary?
Isn't that St. Patrick's Day? Is that?
Yeah.
Right.
March 17th? Yeah, that's,
So drinks will be served, Mason?
Yeah.
That would be nice. Maybe we can dye the river green too.
geez. Full leaf clovers. Okay, yeah, you may want to remind them that that might be an interesting,
Yeah.
be a good way to spend St. Patrick's Day, to be honest.
So yeah, that they have that, and then there'll be a ribbon cutting ceremony in the middle of June, but I can remind everyone of that as we get closer to that.
That seems really early to plant. I wonder.
I believe they're like staked and already kind of established trees and larger shrubs and things like that.
Okay. They can
Yeah.
get in the ground.
Yeah, ground is still
Right.
frozen. Yeah.
Right. And then I believe they may be bringing in additional loam if necessary to kind of top dress everything.
Anything else, Mason?
I think that's all I have.
All right, any comments, Mary? Anything you want to bring up or discuss?
No, I think we're gonna have a busy meeting on February 3rd.
Yes. Well, we're coasting tonight. It's
Mhm.
Yeah.
6:32, so. Okay, thank you, Mary. Woody, any comments you want to make or?
No, just stay warm and I'll see you guys Thursday.
Harry,
Nope.
what do you,
I'm all set, Bob.
David, anything?
I just had a quick question. It's more just my edification. I'm sure everybody here on the team knows it. But can there be an infinite amount of continuances, or do any of these permits or licenses run out that they have to do it in a certain amount of time?
Sometimes
That's
we
a good
usually,
question.
yeah, we'll get to a point sometimes where if something's been continued for so long with no presentation or no updates, we request them to re-advertise or re-notify abutters and everything like that.
I see. Okay.
Just to alert the immediate neighborhood that after a while it goes away, people think it might be dead, so.
It's kind of the commission's discretion, Dave.
I see. Gotcha. Thank you.
All right, team, anything else before I entertain a motion to adjourn? All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
okay.
Yes.
Roll call, all in favor?
Yes.
Mary,
Yes, yes.
Woody, Mick,
Yes,
Harry,
yes.
David, Bob Connors. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Hope you feel better, Bob.
Yeah. See you guys.
6:30, thank you, guys.
Good night, folks.
Bye.